Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the Netcode Esports RedDriver Mighty Midget Series. Kokomo Speedway this evening. Tiny little bull ring. Always produces a lot of fantastic action for us. Small field tonight. Only 11 drivers have checked in. Coming to the close of a season, a lot of times you're going to see that happen. They're going to take a few weeks off and come back in 2025, and we will see those numbers back up again. So we'll be ready for that. They will be looking for a new title sponsor next season. So if you got at least some kind of online business that you need a little exposure for, they tag everybody every time. Before every race, when they post all their info, reach out to them, Netcode Esports. Right now, Bo Brandon, he is your current points leader. He is your Ironman leader as well. Last week we had split feature winners. Jay Schaff and Bo Brennan each won one of the two features. The last time we were here, Brendan Rogers swept both races. That was in April. So about 8 months, almost to the day 8 months ago. The very first time, this is only the fourth time we have visited Kokomo. The very first time, Craig Selby, who was in the field tonight, swept in the season finale. That was back in 2022. We only come here about once a year. This year we've come twice, so that's good. Picking it up here. Next week we will have the Ironman and season championships. That'll be at Lincoln Speedway. Depending on what happens here tonight, I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that you're going to see Bo Brandon pick up all the hardware next Thursday evening. But we will wait and see. We'll go with some end-of-year stats next week. That will be important. But we do know that since he's here tonight, if he makes both starts, and he makes both starts next week, that Bo Brandon will be crowned a champion in his 100th official start. Let's take a quick look at our starting lineup. I feel like this is the wrong camera pack for this, but whatever. It's going to be the 66 of David Krikorian on pole. 55 of Steven Spieth will be his outside. Jay Schaff, the 3-car, row 2 to the inside next to James Gray in the 76. And then your final row 4, heat number 1, Riley Scott, the 88, next to Mike Gebhardt in the 81 car. Very overcast, cloudy. It looks like it might rain on us here tonight at the Speedway. So we're just waiting on James Gray to find his helmet. And he will not do, though. He will be sitting out this one, it looks like. So we'll roll him off without the 76 car. I don't know what happened to him. I thought I saw him making laps a minute ago, but I might be wrong. Pace truck will get out of the way. That means we're going green this time. First of 2 heat races, first of 2 shows tonight. And the green flag in the air. We're already at it. Oh, Jay Schaff already going to find the tractor tires. And he is going to get off to a pretty rough start this evening here at Kokomo. Krikorian down to the bottom. He is holding off Spieth. Spieth's trying to run that big, wide momentum line, and I think the bottom's got enough grip that at least for just a little while here, it's going to be difficult for him to close the gap, especially if he gets the car out of shape like he did right there. Riley Scott up to third, Gebhard, and then Schaff is a good distance back of all these guys. And now David Krikorian is starting to ease away from Spieth. He had it at 0.3. It's out to about 0.7 right now. That time Spieth with a good run through turns 1 and 2, and he's found a little rhythm up here on the high side. Going to make a late charge. He's got it back down to about 1/4 of a second. And he's getting closer. Next time by might be the one where 2 to go. Spieth off the top side. He almost had the lead right there. I think we get to the end or the middle of this next lap here, and it might be all 5-5. Off the top, around and down the back. He's out by 1/4 second. And Steven Spieth's going to pick up the win in Heat 1. Krikorian second. Scott, Gebhard, and Schaff rounding things out. James Gray will be credited with 6th spot, even though he did not make a starting call. So our second group will get ready to grid out on the front stretch. And it'll be Wayne Anelski, the 13 car, on the pole with Reed Brochart in the 93 on his outside. The Kiwi conqueror Craig Silby. Row 2 to the inside. He's got Josh Gerlach in the 71 on the outside of him. Garrett Boyd, the 21 car, row 3. He's got inside position to your current points leader into the series in the 49. Bo Brandon has the final starting spot in tonight's second heat. Pace truck will get out of our way. We will get ready to go green up at the front. Out of turn 4 onto the front stretch. Green flag. Brochart up top has the lead. Craig Silby went from 3rd to 1st by the time we got to 3 and 4 on the first lap, and the Kiwi Conqueror out front right now. Brochart off the top side, hanging on to 2nd and tried to make a run down the backstretch. But now Silby's up top. Brochart's going to have a problem. Here comes Brandon. Bo Brandon up to 2nd place. He's still got his hands full. 3-4 wide now. Bumps Anelski, and he'll fall back to 5th. He was 2nd. Got a tap on the left side. Fell back to 5th. Goes up and gives Anelski a little tap back. Silby, Brochart, Gerlach, Boyd. And then this battle back here, 5th and 6th. Silby out in front 3/4 of a second. I saw Garrett Boyd use the top side to get around Gerlach. Gerlach had a problem on the bottom. He got down there, bumped that last tire in turn number 2. He went back to the white car this week, we see. Trying to hold it there in 4th. Boyd right in front of him. Gerlach, Anelski, and Brandon. I'm not sure. I'll go back. These two are side by side. It looks like it's all Silby right now. It is Craig Silby coming out of turn number 4, and he's going to pick up the win. Brochart, Boyd, Gerlach, then Brandon and Anelski rounding out our heat. So they'll give these guys a few minutes to warm up here. We'll get our field set. Crazy show in heat in show number 2 because everybody's going to come in. They're going to get their warm up and everything in, and there's going to be full field invert from this show. I remember reading something about that. Always trying to change it and make it a little more exciting, these guys are. That should be interesting. I don't know how long they're about to tell me. Looks like they're going to have 2 or 3 minutes here. And we'll get ready to line them up for the first of our 2 features. Wayne Anelski, different paint on that car than we're used to seeing. He's usually got blue and white paint. He has red and white paint tonight. So another minute or so of warm up for him, and then we'll get him out here 30 laps under the green flag. Craig Silby in that 7 car has all of the Dirt Racing Network and Digital Sim Sports Network logos on that machine. He will keep those for the 2025 season, as will his teammate, the 21 of Garrett Boyd. Signed on for another year of racing in the Mighty Midget Series. Billy, 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 Billy. Maui. Man. Maui. I don't know if I'm supposed to be jealous or how I'm supposed to feel about that, to be honest with you, buddy. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Billy Barros in the chat, everybody. Just waiting for them to advance. I think the guys would really like to burn the track off a little bit more. We might get to see a couple of lanes of racing. One spot won't be that dominant if we can do a little Bernie burn right here. Only car that didn't come out on this one was James Gray. I don't know what happened to James Gray. He may have had a technical difficulty. May not be able to make laps right now. There's Jay Schaff. Girlfriends can be replaced. I'm just throwing it out there, man. I'm not trying to influence. I'm just telling you. But I will tell you this. My wife said the same thing when I tried to take my stuff on vacation. She said, the hell you will. You want to stay there alone, you can. Otherwise, you leave it at home, and we'll enjoy vacation. So, I don't know. But I've been married for 30 years, so, you know, girlfriends are replaceable, dude. Wives, not so easy. Good old Bo Brannon down here. And he is destined to be your 2024 Iron Man. I think he's only missed 2 races all year. And it is pretty much settled that he is also going to defend his 2024 C title by picking up the 2024 D championship as well. So 2 championships, a ton of podium finishes, and the Ironman as well. So this is what it looks like. I say what it looks like because I'm not sure. They may do. I didn't get information about different inverts, so it probably won't. Probably roll off just like this. 55 of Steven Spieth and the 7 of Craig Silby will make up our front row. David Krikorian, the 66, Reed Brochart in the 93, row 2. Your third row, the 88 of Riley Scott, the 21 of Garrett Boyd. We'll move to row number 4 with Mike Gebhardt. Josh Gerlach, the 81 and 71 inside and out. Jay Schaff in the 3 car. Next to your points leader in all categories, Bo Brandon, the 49 in row 5. Row 6, James Gray and Wayne Adelski. And once again, James Gray not making the call, so we will only have 11 cars. Looking like we might have had a little shuffle. I just didn't get made aware. Silby and Krikorian. Then Scott and Brochart. No, Spieth and Brochart. Scott and Boyd. Gebhardt and Gerlach. Schaff and Anelski and Bo Brandon. Well, he'll be starting at the back of the field tonight. Your 2 winners from last week starting in the last 2 rows here tonight. In feature number 1, this field will be 100% inverted. However, they finish, and we will have a little warm-up session, and then we'll go to another 30-lap feature, and they'll start with that full field invert in the next feature. So, time for the green flag. 30 laps of racing. We're underway. RedDriver Mighty Midgets at Kokomo, round 7. Off the bottom, Silby will grab the point. Slicing, dicing, cutting. Man, I'll tell you what. Spieth got in front of Krikorian. Krikorian tried to cut across, and when he hit the brakes to not run into the back of the 55, he just got freight trained on both sides. Oh, Jay Schaff has gotten into the fence. So has Josh Gerlach. And Gerlach will go over.
Caution is out.
And what happened to Joshy? Josh got a little tap from behind from Anelski. That's turns 1 and 2. Goes right underneath us right here. He found some fence, and then he found the sky, the dirt, and the sky, and then the dirt again. So, tough go. Hard start. And a quick caution. Silby, Spieth, Scott, Brochart, Boyd, Krikorian, Brandon, Schaff, Gebhardt, and Nelski. Gerlach is out and Gray did not start. So we should get the pace truck out of the way this time. We'll get ready to go green out of turn 4.
Green, green, green.
Once again under the green flag, Silby with another good start. Now the battle will be for second. Riley Scott around the very bottom, and he'll work alongside Spieth for the second position. Spieth out of the top of 3 and 4, and I think 3 and 4, the top is the place to go. 1 and 2, it's the bottom right now. Steven Spieth running Craig Silby down. He is closing in, gets it down to about 3 car lengths, and it kind of stalls out. As Silby now has found a little rhythm. Here comes Reed Brochart off the top. He'll go around Riley Scott, Steven Spieth, David Krikorian, or I'm sorry, not Steven Spieth, David Krikorian and Jay Schaffer all right there. Garrett Boyd's right in the middle of that mix as well. He's trying to use the top side. Not really known for ripping the lip, but he's doing a pretty good job right here and moving himself up to 5th, and he may have a shot at 4th coming out of turn number 4. Almost got it there. Now he gets it there into 1 and 2. Out front, Silby still holding on. Only 3 or 4 car lengths, make it about 2.5 now. As he and Steven Spieth are starting to really get away from Reed Brochart and company. They are running all over the racetrack. That time, David Krikorian got the front end up, and he basketballed it down the front stretch. See if he does it again here out of 3 and 4. He picked the front end up right there last time. He picked it up a little, not quite as bad this time. And he bounced that thing up and down about 3 times going down the front stretch. He runs there in the 5th spot. Josh Gerlach back on track. Has stayed on the lead lap, but he needs a caution if he's going to catch the field. Silby still way out there, and he's got Spieth pretty much tied on like a rope. They are staying about 2 to 4 car lengths. And they are about 1.6 seconds ahead of 3rd place Reed Brochart. Garrett Boyd is starting to close in on Brochart. He's got it down to about 0.6 of a second between the two. Gets a little closer that time. Brochart with a big bobble in turns 3 and 4. But don't look now, because David Krikorian is fishing the bottom. And I thought for a second he was closing in. Battle for the lead. Steven Spieth with the low line in 1 and 2. Went for the slider, and he didn't quite get there. This time Silby comes down off the banking early. And with 13 laps to go, he's trying to maintain. I think what Spieth is trying to do is get him to change his line so he can find and have what he wants. Slider in 3 and 4. Silby goes right back by. Silby down through the middle of 1 and 2. That seemed to work. Carr got a lot of side bite right there, middle of the corner. Spieth changing lines. He's moving all around. He is looking for anything he can find so that he doesn't run the same tracks that Silby is, and he got a great run out of turn 2 that time. Oh, got the front end up. He's going to have to start all over again with 10 to go. That time, Silby got a good launch out of 2. Right there was where Steven Spieth made his mistake the last time, and now Brochart probably almost close enough to hear Garrett Boyd coming behind him. That is kind of equaled out right there at about 0.6. They're going to get to lap traffic right here. Not quite a full straightaway out in front. 7 to go, and Silby no longer at the top of 1 and 2. He's running the middle. Spieth is still trying to use the top in 1 and 2. He's getting good traction in 3 and 4, and he closes the gap. Just loses every bit of that back in 1 and 2. Caution for the second time. David Krikorian, did he catch a tire? Looks pretty good here in 1 and 2. He's going to catch one in the middle of 3 and 4. Right here. Boom. Yep. You could see it coming with as early as he set that car that it was going to be a problem, and he might have broke the left front suspension because it looked like that's left front is pointing out to the left and the right front is pointing straight ahead. So they're going to slow it down, bunch them back up. Oh, boy. Wave lap. 5-lap shootout when we go back to green. We're about to do that. Silby, Spieth, Brochart, Boyd, Schaff, Brandon, Anelski, Scott, Gebhardt, Gerlach, and Krikorian are the running order.
Green, green, green.
Good start for Craig Silby. He needed a gap. He's going to get one. We'll watch behind Brochart and Boyd. Brochart came and covered the top. Boyd on the cut down line. He's going to have inside position getting into 1 and 2. Will he go for the slider? He did not. Kept it on the bottom, and he still got the spot away. Put him on the podium for now. We're coming to 3 to go. That is Boyd, Brochart, Schaff, Brandon, and Anelski all right there. 3, 4 wide coming out of turn number 2, and Jay Schaff finds a way to launch himself onto the podium. 2 to go this time by. This battle far from over for third on back. They keep staying in at 3 wide through the middle of these corners. White flag coming out, and Spieth is now going to have a challenge for the lead on Silby. Oh, and he made a big mistake, and that's going to shuffle everything up. It's going to be Silby to the win. Brochart second. Boyd gets around Schaff right at the line. He takes third. Schaff and Anelski 4 and 5. Bo Brandon 6th. Spieth 7th after a last lap incident. Gerlach, Gebhardt, Scott, Krikorian, Gray. So we'll start moving drivers around. We're going to have Reed Brochart up here with us. We'll wait for Mr. Silby to come in, but let's get started. He just got a new deal with the Digital Sim Sports Network. Comes out at Kokomo, puts it on the podium. We can't pay you to race every week, but if that's what it takes to get on the podium, I suppose it'd be worth a couple of bucks here and there, Garrett Boyd.
Yeah, let's hope this is a gradual swing to better things.
Well, it has been tough sledding for a while, but it's been tough sledding because the competition level was ridiculously high here. And the last few races, we haven't seen some of those upper tier guys in, and I think that's made it a lot more racy and probably a little more enjoyable for some of you guys that were mid-pack.
Yeah, it's fun to get to race up front every once in a while.
I'll bet. Well, man, the track looked like it was a lot of fun. You could kind of move several places. We saw you cut down. We saw you, rip the top, which we're not really used to seeing out of the 21 car, but apparently the track must have been in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I've always liked the top at Kokomo. I can't seem to get the bottom. I can't get into a rhythm down there, especially with the tires out. It kind of changes it a lot. So I just kind of stick to what I know and run the top.
Well, we're going to go full field invert for show number 2. That means you're going to start pretty close to the back. What do you think of that?
Try to move forward the best we can.
All right, man, some shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you get ready for that.
I got to thank you, Roger, for broadcasting this deal, putting the car in the show, and then Josh for putting the series on.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting. Good luck in show 2. We'll talk to you in a little while.
Thank you.
That is Garrett Boyd, driver of the 21, finishes in third in show number 1. And now we'll move down here. He was battling for third. All of a sudden, he's trying to hang on to second, and he does get to the line before all but one car. Reed Brochart, another podium finish, and it's been a minute.
Yeah, it has been a minute, Roger. It was a great battle up front. I had a perfect seat of the great battle that Steven and Craig were putting down, and I was just trying my best to stay in third place, get that first podium of the season, and very, very thankful to be the beneficiary of that deal off of 4.
Well, I'm not going to say too much, but I am going to say you were right in the midst of a giant battle. There were 5 of you trying to get on the podium, and you were watching the guys in front of you?
Honestly, I was just trying to hit my marks. I knew Garrett had a really good run. He was behind me the whole time. He showed me a lot of respect on that late restart. Had a couple times he could have shoved the car up there into my line, but gave me good racing room. I've had good battles with him in the past. But yeah, it was just fun. It was a great battle up front, and track was really technical. You really had to hit your marks, but I felt good up on the top side all night, especially in that heat race with Craig. It was just the one spot I felt good.
We're going to start in the last row for the new second feature with the change in the format. What do you think about having to go all the way to the back?
It's certainly going to be a lot of work. I mean, you guys know the crop of drivers out here is fantastic. We all have a really good time, and everybody races each other hard and as clean as we can. So I'm just going to do my best to pick off some cars and try to get to the front again.
All right, man, give me some shout-outs before I let you head for session number 2.
First, got to shout out the B team, my teammate David. Got to shout out Josh and Billy for putting on this great league, and you as well, Roger, for always coming out and broadcasting. We really appreciate the support, and hey, I'm just happy to be here.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck in session 2, buddy.
Thank you, Roger.
Reed Brochart finishing in that second spot, and now we already told you that the driver of the 21 just inked the new deal for 2025 with the Digital Sim Sports Network. So did the winner of tonight's first feature, Craig Silby. And Craig, you got a challenge there, but you were able to fend him off.
I was just talking to Reed in the waiting room about how I was just making this car as wide as a bus, like I was taking liberties running right around the middle from it was like diamonding it to try and make it as hard as it was to pass, because it was really difficult to pass anyway. But those guys put up a strong battle. I thought I was done.
Yeah, looked like you were able to kind of move around just about everywhere, and that middle in 1 and 2 kind of seemed to come in really well there towards the end. Did that give you a lot of help in holding him off?
Yeah. If I hadn't have changed my line, I think he would have got me for sure. But yeah, it's quite the opposite of most tracks we go to. Generally, the middle's black, and you're trying to find something on the bottom or the top, whereas the bottom and the top had nothing, and the middle had nothing, but then it slowly came in. But it was hectic. I was sweating after that.
Well, you're going all the way to the back for the next one with this new full field invert deal for the second show. Will you be able to drive all the way back to the front and make it a sweep?
Oh, the combination of this setup and the track here is really difficult. So I'm going to be doing my red hot best, and I'm happy as to go from the back. That's where I'd rather start from anyway.
All right, man. Some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get ready for show number 2.
Oh, I'm very excited to announce that I've got some shiny new sponsors on my car, and I'm very, very proud to represent the Digital Sim Sports Network, and watching it on the Dirt Racing Network. I'm so looking forward to that, and the DSRL, the Dirt Slingers Racing League, where the sprint cars run. That's a fun place to go. So hopefully some guys go and watch that on the Digital Racing Network as well. And thanks very much to the other guys for showing up and racing hard. And congratulations to Garrett and to Reed. And yes, sorry for Stephen. I don't know what happened there, but he was right on my tail. So I'm really looking forward to the next one. And thanks very much.
All right. Good luck in show number 2. Congrats on the win in show number 1, buddy. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you here in just a little while.
Thanks, Roger.
Craig Silby picking up the win. He's got to start all the way at the back in show number 2. I will real quickly show you guys the results again. We already went through them. Silby Brochart, Boyd Schafanelski, Brandon Spees, Gebhardt, Gerlach, Scott, Krikorian, and Gray. These guys will start reverse order. Krikorian and Scott will have the front row. Everybody else from the bottom up. That's how they're going to start in show 2. They'll go into the session, have some warm-up time, and then we're going straight to the feature. So should be a fun one. I'm ready for a different format. I'm ready for some fun. Hang around. I am not going to shut the show down. I am going to do my level best to try and get this to come right back up.
Scoring has ended.
So we will do that, but don't go anywhere. We are going to throw up our lovely, beautiful, and fantastic new logo here for just a moment, and then we'll play a little bit of music while we swap servers, and we'll throw a video up for you guys to watch from the Mighty Midget series.
Wake up in the morning about 12 p.m. Too much Jack and too much Jim. My head's still pounding like a big bass drum. I reach over for an action, but they're already gone. Another crazy night in this cowboy's life. 'Cause I do what I wanna, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, singing every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Today in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Now along this road, there's a lot I learned, and everything I got, I worked hard to earn. I give it all up because I love my fans. But if you don't like me, well, I don't give a damn. It ain't hard to see why people want to live like me. It's cause I do what I want, I do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, sing it every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Today in the life of a hillbilly rock star. We roll into town, got a country swagger, keep the music turned up and got moves like Haggard. You can find us hanging out every night. It's a little bucked up, but we're all alright. Don't hurt the dream. Hey, let me hear you sing that I do what I want, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, cause thanks to them, I'm a big old star. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Today in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Hillbilly rock star. Wake up in the morning about 12 p.m. Too much Jack and too much gin. My head's still pounding like a big bass drum. I'm reaching over for an aspirin, but they're already gone. Another crazy night in this cowboy's life. Cause I do what I wanna, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, singing every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Today in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Now along this road, there's a lot I've learned.
All right, looks like we've made it in. We were just waiting for some of the electronics to initialize. We'll get word from race control about how long they're going to let these guys run around out here and work this track in. I know they want to get a great show for show number 2. Race control will fire it off to us. Guys, don't forget about tomorrow night. And we're going to try to confirm that right now for you. There we go. 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 Central. That is what time we will be going live. American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Got them for the next 8 weeks on Friday nights. So we'll be bringing them to you. Hopefully the overlays start to kick in because we do not have the time to go and try to reset them again. So Steven Spees, Bo, Brandon, quickest. Those guys are going to start about mid-pack. Steven Spees is going to kind of catch a break because he was up front and kind of had a problem there at the very end. He finished pretty close to the back end. He'll be able to start up front. He may be hard to catch in this second show. Watching the points leader in all categories right now. Bo Brandon did not make the podium in feature number 1. Did a similar thing last week and then ended up winning race number 2. Had kind of a mediocre run in the first session and then came out and put it on them in session number 2. So we're just waiting for advancement of the session. I don't know what it is about a double show and changing servers. It messes with the data stream every single time. We have to go back to the old way of doing things for next year. Clear the cache and all the nonsense, I guess. So at the end of the session, we will get ready. And we'll run it back. This time it'll be David Krikorian, the 66, and Riley Scott on our front row. Josh Gerlach and Mike Gephardt in row 2. Steven Spees and Bo Brandon in row number 3. Row 4, Wayne Anelski, Jay Schaff. Then Garrett Boyd and Reed Brochart. Third and second in feature number 1. And feature winner, Greg Silby, will be starting on the back of this first feature. The lap count is going to be the interesting thing. If we don't stay on the leaders, we'll lose track unless these things magically start working, which I have no faith in. But it's looking like the pace truck's getting out of here. All right, now we're ready to go green for the second feature of the evening. Krikorian and Scott on the front row. Green flag in the air, 30. Green flag laps. Krikorian likes the bottom this time. Goes slider line 1-2. Scott with a good run off the top will pull right back alongside. They'll swap lanes inside out. But David Krikorian will lead lap 1. Scott, Spees, and Brandon. Behind that, Wayne Anelski down on the bottom trying to take 4th and 3rd away. 2 down, 28 remaining. Spees still second, but he's got company right behind, and now coming off the high side, Riley Scott may try to make a bid to go by. Riley Scott up to the second spot. Wayne Anelski third. Big wiggle down the backstretch from Steven Spiess. Bo Brannon now up to third. Look who's fourth. He won the first feature. He's already from 11th to 4th here in feature number 2, and we're barely 5 laps into this thing. Krikorian, Scott, Brandon, Silby, and Spiess up on the top, trying to get it back, but Silby's not done. He's going to go after. Oh, and then he got the car out of shape. So he's going to start that run all over again from the 6th spot. He was working on Bo Brandon right there, sitting in 3rd. And he got there once. We'll see if he can do it again. 7 laps in the books. And David Krikorian has led every single one of them. He's out by half a second on Riley Scott. Bo Brandon still 3rd. Steven Spiess. Those are all the cars running at the top. Jay Schaff also at the top in 5th. And Silby trying to make up some time running in the 6th spot. And he is running at the top. He's got Garrett Boyd tucked in behind him and Josh Gerlach right there with him. We're going back to the front because there are already 10 in the books. Krikorian, Scott, Brandon, Spiess, and Schaff. That time, Bo Brandon with a little tap of the right rear to the outside wall. And we're closing in on halfway very, very quickly here. Hello, Scott. You're going to come in after we're all done so you and I can do a couple of things? 18 laps to go. Now Bo Brandon creeping in on the push bar on the back of the 88 of Riley Scott. Now does a middle cut down line. And that didn't help him one bit. Here comes Spiess, and Bo Brandon slides it back up in front of him to block the run. Krikorian's been leading since we dropped the green flag. He's about 1 lap shy of halfway. And he's got about 4/10 of a second. Let's go find out where Gerlach and Boyd are running. These two are side by side again. 6th and 7th. Silby dropped back to 8th. We're halfway this time by. Silby's going to get around Gerlach, it looks like, and now try to work on Boyd. 16 in the books. These guys coming out of turn 4. Your leaders coming out of turn 2. So nearly half a track between 1st and 8th right now. Scott's still 2nd. Brandon's still 3rd. Spiess went to the bottom and he gave up a spot because Jay Schaff goes to 4th. Spiess is 5th. Boyd is now 6th. Silby is 7th. Gerlach is 8th. Anelski and Brochart. Mike Gebber took the 81 car into the infield. Clean and green for 19 straight laps. Top 5 with a pretty good breakaway from 6th spot. That's Boyd, and there's Spiess. He's in the 5th place. Down to it, 10 laps to go. Caution for the first time. Your feature winner in feature number 1 is MIA for the finish in feature number 2. He's going to catch a tire down here somewhere. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to catch the outside wall, and he's going to go for one of those lazy kind of tip-over Tommy tumbles. So we'll see. Maybe he'll get to the back of the field. And maybe he won't. I don't know what he's doing in the infield there. Looks to me like a left front is broken on that car. Jiggling, wiggling, oogling. Yeah. Front end is down, and he is not going to make it, so we will not have a sweep tonight. We're going to have 9 laps to go when we take the green. At least that's what I'm counting right here. Lights off on the pace truck. We'll have 10 to go officially. Krikorian, Scott, Brandon, Schaff, Spees, Boyd, Gerlach, Anelski, Brochart. Green flag coming back out. Another good start for Krikorian. Riley Scott kind of got caught sleeping, and Bo Brandon went to the bottom. And Bo Brandon going to go for the lead. Not going to get there just yet. We start lap number 22. That time, Brandon able to get up in front of Brochart, get him to check up, and it might be Bo Brandon's race now. All the way to the outside, Jay Schaff with the big slider through 1 and 2. He and Riley Scott can get together. We're getting a caution.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Yeah,
Caution is
we
out.
were getting a caution. We'll go back on drone cam this one. This is going to be Riley Scott. He and Jay Schaff have a little bit of a disagreement there on the front stretch, and now down the back stretch they disagree more in the 88 car, the one that ends up with the bad end of that deal. So 23 laps in the books. We are going to have a 7-lap shootout to the end of this one with Bo Brandon, David Krikorian, Steven Spees, Josh Gerlach, Garrett Boyd, Wayne Adelski, Reed Brochart, Jay Schaff still in action. And Mike Gebhardt back on track, several laps down. But looks like he's going to tag the back and try to make a handful of laps. Bo Brandon bringing us back to green. Good start for Bo. Brandon's going to stretch it out quickly. He's going to get away from Krikorian early. Here's the battle. It's going to be Gerlach, Spees, Boyd, and Anelski all battling for the final podium spot right here. $25 down, 5 laps remain, the wave lap. Right now, Josh Gerlach up to third. 4 laps to go, and Gerlach almost got in the back of Krikorian right there. Spees is up to the top, trying to go late on this one and use the momentum line. Working a lap number 28, 3 laps remaining. Bo Brandon working the high side. Krikorian on the bottom. Gerlach's on the bottom. Spees, Anelski, Brochart, Schaff. I think we had another retiree. 2 laps to go this time by. White flag coming out, and Bo Brandon is going to do what he did last week. Mediocre run in show 1, comes out and takes them for a ride in show number 2 as he picks up the win. Krikorian and Gerlach 2 and 3, Spees and Anelski 4 and 5. All right, let's get him in here. Josh Gerlach, you got a copy. Josh Gerlach, you there, buddy?
Roger Wagner, what's up?
All right, man. Not as good a showing in show 1, but show 2. Going to be a podium, and the end of the season, kind of a podium this time, not the next time. Podium the next time. It's kind of been that way for you.
Yeah, it wasn't a great showing by the driver tonight. Want to apologize to Mike there for the lap 1 deal. I don't know what I was doing there. Went in and hit the slick in turn 2 and just fed him. So I hate to do that, especially someone like Mike who is always out here putting in the hard work to get faster each week. I don't know, man. I just could never seem to make speed here. Kind of figured it out towards the end of this race, but I'm glad to get to Lincoln next week, to say the least.
Yeah, season finale next week, and I know that's one of the tracks that guys either love or hate. You seem to be a guy that likes it.
Yeah, it's usually a fun place. It's technical. I mean, this is a real technical track too, and I usually like those. Like I said, I've never had a really good grasp on this. So, congrats to Bo and DK. They always seem like they're right up front, especially here. They've kind of got it figured out, and it was fun. Racing with Steven there at the end. I think we were side by side for that entire last run. So good end to a pretty bad start to a night here.
All right, man. Some shout outs, some thank yous. We'll let you get out of here.
Yeah, just want to thank everybody that shows up each week. RedDriver Marketing Solutions for sponsoring this season. Tommy Brandon at the School of Sim Racing for providing the setups. Netcode Brand, SimWrap Market, Always Race Day, and Victory Fuel. And also want to give a shout out. Mathematically, Bo Brandon has clinched the Ironman Championship for 2024. So he has by far earned it and showed how tough he's going to beat next year for sure, because his consistency is really unrivaled.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great finish tonight. We'll look forward to seeing what you can do at Lincoln next week.
All righty, Roger. Appreciate you.
That is Josh Gerlach finishing in the third, and now we'll move on to our second place finisher, David Krikorian, in the 66 car. Good, solid finish to the night, sir.
Good, solid. Better than how I ended the first race. Really wish we didn't have that yellow, because Riley was all over me, but I think track position-wise we were kind of sitting pretty.
Yeah, it looked like this track kind of went through at least one really big change, and it got really slick down there in turns 1 and 2, and a lot of guys were trying to find a bite anywhere they could, and you were not only trying to find bite, but you were trying to hold off a hard charger.
Yeah, I mean, had Riley all over me, Bo was coming. Top 1 and 2 was still okay once you got the right route back to the fluff. Tried going back to the bottom, like those last 5-6 laps, whatever, and it was okay, but I think once Bo got off front, I just think there was really kind of no chance of really getting back up there, not without another yellow.
Well, still an awesome run, and you got to look forward to going to Lincoln to wrap the season up.
Yeah, it's become one of my better tracks, so hopefully end the season on a high note.
All right, man, some shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you head out.
Shout out to all the homies on the B team. Hopefully we're going to have 2 or 3 more people come next season, so look forward to that, hopefully.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on finishing the night strong. We'll look forward to seeing you at Lincoln next week.
All right, thank you.
David Krikorian finishing in the second spot, and now we'll move on and talk to the guy. He seems to figure out how to win the second race week in and week out, but that first one kind of has been eluding him a little bit here lately. It doesn't matter with all the podiums and everything else. He's locked up the Ironman, so next week will be victory laps in the Ironman. Bo Brandon, another run-of-the-mills Thursday night, it looked like.
Yeah, it seems like I'm starting the back in the first race and not doing super hot, and then coming out in the race 2 and figuring something else out. Yeah, that first race was a little frustrating. I felt pretty good. I just I got into the back of Garrett. He got into the wall a little bit, and that just knocked the toe way out of the car, and I could not really get a good handle on it. I couldn't really run the top or the bottom, so sort of just kind of running in the middle. But yeah, a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. That's what happens. That's why we line up and do it. So the second race looked like it was going to be a parade around the top until that caution. Man, I sent that slider from another zip code, and glad it stuck. Glad I didn't chop anybody off on that one, because it was definitely an aggressive move. But I kind of figured, coming off of a restart with some slightly cooler tires, it's either now or never, and so I'm glad it worked out.
Yep. Well, we're going to head to next week. Starts number 99 and 100, and you're already the Iron Man. I think you just really need to show up and race to be the 2024 D champion. Maybe a little different strategy in race number 1 and try to take a big sweep victory lap next week?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'd like to. I'm still racing for this 24D season. I don't know where the points are going to shake out after tonight, but if I can win from the back, that would be bonus points, and obviously a win is a win. So I'm definitely not going to come out and just putter around or anything. I'm still going to come out and compete, and that's what we're here to do. And man, it's just a lot of fun racing these guys. It's some of the best racing on iRacing, and I'm always happy to be here for it.
All right, man. Well, you got the script. You go ahead and hit the script, and we'll give you some congrats as we send you out the door.
Yeah, thanks to Variix.com, Mighty Good Marketing, RedDriver Marketing, Dirt Sim Network, and Netcode Esports, Mighty Midget Series, Josh and Billy and Robert and everything that they do to put on a great show week in and week out. It's always good racing here. I'd like to thank my wife and my parents, and feels pretty good this week.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. We'll look forward to seeing you next week on your victory lap for the Ironman and see if you can go ahead and close out the 2024 D season.
That'd be great. Thanks, Roger.
That is Bo Brannon picking up the win. We might as well put him way all back down there. Brandon Krikorian and Gerlach 1, 2, 3. Spies 4th. Anelski 5th. Brochart 6th. Schaff 7th. Boyd 8th. Scott 9th. Silby 10th. And Gebhardt in 11th. That does it for Thursday night. One more show this week. It'll be tomorrow night, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 Central. American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Be sure you tune in for that. Want to thank you for being here. Without you guys, there's nothing, no reason at all for us to do this. And without all the great leagues giving us fantastic racing like we saw again here tonight, nothing for us to cover. So pats on the back, high fives to all of you. Till we see you the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down.